Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a woman. Currently, I am here in Zim, and I am looking for any prophet that can assist me. If you know anyone, even a traditional healer, my brother, please just try to assist me, because I am going through a lot as I am speaking with you. Each and every relationship that I get into, that relationship will not go anywhere. I was bewitched when I was still back in South Africa, and it is very painful what is happening to me. I do not have any peace at all, even though I never wronged anyone in my life, but this happened at work because of the promotion that I had been given. So whenever I start to date a man, the time that we try to sleep with each other, it's like the guy won't be able to penetrate me. It's like I will become a virgin again, but I do have 2 kids. The guy will try by all means until it will become too painful for me and for him to continue with the penetration, and then we'll say we'll do it again, but it won't work. So this only happens when I am dating a guy if we try to sleep with each other. I am a woman that is aged 35 years old, and I lost my husband when we were still in South Africa. But after I had lost my husband, I kept on working in South Africa, and then I was forced to leave the job that I was doing because I was bewitched at work. And now I am staying in an area that is called Kumadokero here in Harare. My husband passed away when I was still in South Africa, and after my husband passed away, I then said that I do not want to get married again. So I started looking for a job, and at the place where we were working, it was by the farms. It was too painful for me because each and everything, it was like there to remind me of the love that I used to share with my husband. So I then stopped working and I started staying in the location, and then I got a job. Funny enough, one day I just said, let me just walk around trying to get a job, but I was looking for a job as a cleaner, even a maid. It then happened that I got into this other car of this Somalian man who told me that he was going to this other cash and carry. When he dropped me off there, I tried to look for a job at that cash and carry, but I did not get a job. I then found a job at this other warehouse. Brother Nash, I never even believed that this was happening. I won't tell you the name of that supermarket because I'm scared that people will say that, so that supermarket hired you without proper documents. But it is a very big supermarket, but I was not working like at the shop, the supermarket. I was working at the warehouse where all the stock like gets delivered in that town where me and my husband were staying. So when I arrived at the gate, whilst I was still speaking with the security, so the security then sent me to go and buy cool time for him. And when I returned back, he was like, you are very kind-hearted. And he was very busy because the trucks were going in and out, in and out. So when I told him that I was looking for a job, he just told me to go and buy a cool time for him from this other woman who had a small shop. And I returned back with that cool time. He then asked me what kind of a job I was looking for, and I told him. He told me that he knew that they wanted cleaners, but they wanted someone who would leave a CV by the gate first, and there were a lot of people that had left their CVs. And then he told me to just go inside and to try my luck. So I went inside, and then I saw this other man who told me that if I wanted a job, I could work, and they would see if indeed I was willing to work. Brother Nash, it was very funny what happened. On that day, I worked and I was told that I was not going to get paid. They just wanted to see if I was willing enough to work. So I worked throughout the day, and then when we knocked off, I was then told to return back to work, but I was supposed to make a CV. I returned back to the location where I was staying, spoke with this other man who had an internet cafe. He made a CV for me, and I returned back, and I was working at that warehouse. Within a very short period of time, I really do not know, maybe it was the time that God had said that He was going to bless me. But I am scared of a black person. You should always be afraid of a black person, because even if when you try to be blessed by God, a black person will always stand in the way to bring you down. That is exactly what happened to me. I was working there, and then I got promoted. This was quite shocking because we were working with a lot of men. Some of them, I heard that they had been working at that warehouse for more than 10, 11 years. They had been working there. So there I was, a woman who had arrived, and within a couple of months, I was now promoted. I was the one who was doing stock control. I was taken to the head office, and it was very surprising, Brother Nashi. Even if I had the papers, I'm sure that I was going to be given a company car. I was taken to the head office where I was taught the software that we were going to be using on the devices that we use for stock control. When I returned back, that was when I saw that people, they did not like me at all. And each and every time there was always a big fight that was happening between me and the other men that were now below me, and I was more like their supervisor. They never wanted to respect me, but because at that company, like it is a very big company, no one even thought that I did not have proper papers, because at that company, you cannot be hired just like that. Like the way that I got hired, it was very funny. I tell you, I did not even believe that it was happening. So as time went on, like the tensions that were there, it was just too much. There was this other day when I worked from Monday to Friday. I was feeling so much pain in my womb. So I just thought that maybe I wanted to go on my periods, but it was so painful. And it all started after one of this other guy, an older guy, came to me and told me that he just wanted to apologize, and the environment was too toxic, and he did not want to get someone fired. So we started talking. We even shared some food that he had. And after I had eaten the food, the next day, that was when I started to feel pain in my womb. So on Friday, it was worse. Then on Sunday, that was when I started to feel this itchiness that was down there. And when I kept on scratching, like my whole private parts, it was really itchy, and it was even red and swollen because of the scratching. It was as if someone had rubbed some poison there on my private parts that made me to feel very itchy. I even took a mirror, and what I saw was very scary. My private parts was so swollen. I then rushed to the clinic. When I went to the clinic, I explained everything. They gave me some cream that I was supposed to use on my private parts. And there are prophets who told me that I was not supposed to rush to the clinic when those things were happening to me. I was supposed to visit a prophet or a traditional healer. That prophet said that when you went to the clinic and when you started using the pills as well as the creams that were given to you, that problem of yours, it's like you were making that problem to be even be bigger. And within 4 months, I was still going to work, but I will always feel this itchiness. It would come and it will go. Then I started to have weird dreams. In my dreams, I would see myself sometimes making love to a woman as if I was a man. So it was very weird. Another time, I will be making love to a man and I will be the woman. This kept on happening over and over again. Then one day, when I woke up, I just felt something weird down there, something that was heavy. Brother Nashi, I saw that I had a man's manhood down there. So I had two things, a man's manhood and a woman's private part. And when I looked again in the mirror, it just disappeared. It was not big, it was small, then it disappeared. I then stopped going to work and I returned back to Zim with the idea of just getting some help. Then I will return back to work because I was getting good money. But I failed to return back to South Africa until I got dismissed at work. I don't have any solution at all to my problems. I am being told that all of these problems, they started when I was still in South Africa. I was bewitched and I don't know who else can help me. Please try to assist me. I have come here. I just want someone that can give me a solution. If there is such a person, I will be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sister. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Has anything ever happened to you at work, things that you did not understand, then after that you started to have bad luck? You can come to my inbox and then you share with me your own side of the story.